So this is the study guide that is coming home this afternoon. The test is going to be just like it. I'm just going to change the numbers and the sizes of the rooms, the dimensions of the surfaces. So for this example, Sam wants to put a new floor in his bedroom and closet. He is going to use the same square foot tiles that are in his classroom at school. The reason why we talk about this so much is because square feet is the standard of unit for measuring the surface area of a room, and it is also the same exact size tiles that you see in Publix or any grocery store, Walmart, the sporting goods stores, schools, doctors' offices. These square foot tiles are in all these commercial buildings, and they're also the standard that we use to measure. When we talk about an apartment complex or an apartment building that we want to rent, or a house that we're going to buy or rent, we want to know about the square footage of that house. So this is surface area. How much room are we going to be having here? How much do we need to be buying to cover Sam's bedroom and closet? So Sam's got a tiny bedroom and a tiny closet, but for the sake of the numbers that third grade is required to master in multiplication and in surface area, we tried to keep it kind of simple. So the question is, how many square foot tiles does he need to buy to cover the surface of the bedroom and closet floor? So the fact that surface area covers a surface, or it's the measurement of what it would take to cover that surface, is a very important aspect of this skill. So, and I put the little emoji faces on there so that they would remember that this is the face of an object, or a rectangular face. So Sam's room has 6 rows of 9 square tiles. So it is 6 feet long by 9 feet wide, and so we skip counted by 9s to find 54 square foot tiles. And then we wrote the equation. 6 rows of 9, or 6 times 9 is 54 square feet. And then we had to go and figure out Sam's closet. What's it going to take to cover his closet? So there are 4 rows of 4 square tiles, and that would be, if it's 4 feet long, I could fit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could fit 4 square foot tiles on the length of the closet, and I could fit 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles in each row. So that is 16 square foot tiles for the closet and 54 square foot tiles for the room. Now, the key is to not stop there, because we want to know how many square foot tiles does Sam need altogether. And so he needs 54 square foot tiles plus the 16 square foot tiles for a total of 70 square foot tiles. It gets a little bit trickier with the second problem, and this is kind of how our hallway at school is laid out. So I built these 3 grids, or what we've been calling arrays, and they've been finding the square units, or the square feet, of each section of the hallway. And that is a major skill for third grade. Third graders are supposed to recognize area as additive, which means they need to be able to find the area of rectangular shapes, and they need to be able to decompose those rectangular shapes into like 2 rectangular shapes, or 3, like in this case, and then be able to add them all together to solve a real world problem. So you'll see a little bit more what I'm talking about in the next problem. But this one works just like the first one. We found that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows with 7 in each row, so we skip counted by 7. The equation can be filled in, but the equation that would go with that would be 5 rows of 7 tiles equals 35 square foot tiles. And then the same equation would be over here because it's the same size. So it would be 5 rows of 7 equals 35 square foot tiles. And we didn't do an equation for this middle section of the hallway, but it would be 3 rows of 5 square foot tiles for a total of 15 square foot tiles. So Mr. Johnson, to cover this section of the hallway, needs to buy 35 plus the 15 for the middle section plus the 35 for the other section for a total of 70. 35 and 35 is 70, plus 10 is 80, and plus 5 is 85. So 85 square foot tiles. And the third one that we worked on in class together today, we did this problem together today in class. It's again, the focus of the standard is real world problems. So I did a pretend diagram of the restrooms at Publix. How many square foot tiles does the store need to buy to cover the surface of the floors? Again, this is the face of a rectangular shape. And now the difference with this one is that it does not have the grids or the squares inside them to show the square foot tiles. They need to be able to see, well, if this side is 8 feet long, then I could fit 8 square foot tiles on this side, and since this side is 9 feet long, I could fit 9 square foot tiles in each row. So there would be 8 rows of 9. So we came over here and we typed in our skip counting by 9. So 9 would be in the first row, 18 in the second row, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72. So that's 8 skip counts of 9 would be 72 square foot tiles. So over here down in the bottom box, we would write that the girls' restroom needs 72 square foot tiles to cover the floor, and the equation would be 8 rows of 9 equals 72 SQFT tiles. Do the same thing with the boys' restroom. We should be able to see that there would be 5 rows, because each foot, 5 feet, since this side of the restroom is 5 feet long, it'd be a really tiny restroom, but this would be 5 feet long, so I could fit 5 tiles this way and 8 tiles this way. 5 tiles long and 8 tiles wide. So each of those 5 rows would have 8 tiles in them. So it would be 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. That's because that's how it's laid out. And that's how we counted. So it depends on how you count or how you look at the layout of the restroom. So the boys need 40. The boys' restroom needs 40 square foot tiles to cover the floor. And the equation for that would be 5 rows of 8 square foot tiles equals 40 SQFT tiles. And the final step would be the additive side of this, needing to add the 72 and the 40. So the girls' surface area would be 72 plus the 40 equals, and I really like some of the work that I saw today, so I'm going to show you an example of one of the kids that I saw how they figured this out. They did 72, and then they skip counted by tens, and so they did 82, 92, 102, 112. So Publix needs to buy a total of 112 square foot tiles for both restrooms. So hopefully that'll help you look over the study guide for tonight. I'm going to make up the questions for tomorrow. It'll be very similar and should have some test grades by the time report cards go out next week. Hope this helps.